Welcome back, guys. This is Chad with Iraq Veteran 88. Today we have a special pistol, which is pretty cool. This is one of the new Archon Firearms Type Bs. It may look strikingly familiar to another Russian pistol that you saw us do a video on a little while back. Pretty neat stuff. This is more of a compact size compared to the full-size Strike 1, but we're going to take a few shots and see how it does. This is literally the first shots out of the box. We got this thing in from Big Daddy Unlimited, and kind of a two-tone, cool color scheme there. So let's see how she shoots. All we did was raw the bore out, get the preservatives out, load it up with some Fiocchi 115 grain, and you guys are learning along with us. Let's go. All right. All right, let's see. All right.
Not bad.
The trigger takes a minute to get used to. Very, very flat shoot trigger. Shoot one more mag and then we'll talk about the gun. Get my gopher a little bit more here.
Oh, tiny target.
Trying to do a headshot, but I guess I'm not going to make it today. Let's do our popper back there. Huh. Well. Now it's hitting a little bit to the right for me. Well, that big old fiber optic front side is kind of filling it, that target. Guys, welcome back. Like I said, this is Chad with Iraq Veteran 88. This is the Archon Firearms Type B, and as I mentioned, this is the successor to the Russian Strike 1 that we saw come in a while back. It was, gosh, 3 years ago, if not. But that was more of a full-size, very low bore axis, kind of a Bergman-style recoil system. This pistol follows the same lines as the original Strike 1, but these are actually being produced with a chassis system very similar to the SIG P320. So the serialized portion of the pistol is internal to the frame, could be popped out by these two roll pins. Just get those things out of there, the entire assembly comes out. So what that tells me is in the future, this is going to be made into more of a modular system with different frame sizes, different barrel lengths. You can get a compact slide, a full-size slide, and it's more in tune with the American market. That was a big thing with the Strike 1. It had too many Euro features for us common Americans over here. So, you know, you got to give the Americans what they want, right? Isn't that how it works? But
we're spoiled.
We are very spoiled, especially with our firearms. But very, very interesting gun. The sights we noticed earlier because we had to kind of torque the front sight over a little bit. It did come to us slightly crooked, so we got that in place. But these are compatible with standard Glock sights, which is really neat. We saw the dovetail on the rear is just like a Glock dovetail, and you use a Glock front sight tool to remove the front sight. These are compatible with 19 sights. So maybe in the future, take the same back out with some Trijicon night sights or something along those lines. Very, very interesting grip pattern, ambidextrous magazine release, which we got a little hack to show you about that in a minute. Very, very flat shoe trigger, standard kind of striker trigger feel. You do have a trigger safety built in just like on comparable Glock pistols and such. The slide has some very nice forward and rear pose cocking serrations, and it does have a little bit of weight removed in the front as well, probably just to lighten the pistol up, but also possibly to maybe mitigate some of the reflection off of the top of the slide, maybe on the front side if you had a blacked out front side on there, maybe. But also it's kind of easy to do press checks. You know, your fingers just kind of butt right up against that ledge in the front, which is pretty cool. The recoil system is pretty interesting. It's just like the Strike 1, just like a Bergman. So we're going to drop this, get that out of there. Disassembly is very easy. It comes apart much like a Glock pistol does. You do have to drop the striker in order to get the slide off. But as you can see, it has a 3-stage recoil spring assembly, which definitely mitigates some of that recoil on top of the low bore axis nature of the pistol. We can see the locking block comes right out. And this locking block, all it does is it just rides up and down, and it allows the barrel to have just a slight delay in opening. The barrel does not tilt, so I can see a threaded barrel for the same being an excellent option for a suppressor host. I imagine it would probably be quite accurate too. We're going to take a few shots with some more match grade ammunition on our 2 plates down there, about 25 yards, see how they do. But very, very easy field stripping, really nothing to it, you know, as opposed to any other striker fired pistol. Reassembly is just the exact opposite here. But very, very soft shooting handgun, very reminiscent of the original Strike One. And like I said, you can see the chassis system kind of built in here. So this entire assembly can be punched out with these roll pins, and you drop the entire assembly out with the trigger mechanism and all, and that's it. It's a pretty simple, straightforward design, really, and seems pretty robust for the most part. Long slide rails for that CZ-like accuracy, I hope. Maybe we can see out of some of the other ammo that we shoot today. But overall, pretty cool. You got a pick rail up front. Overall, pretty neat.
Agreed.
Pretty neat. So let's do a little more shooting and stop talking. Nobody wants to hear me talk. They want to see me shoot.
This is Envy.
Envy? Okay.
And that's Fiocchi.
All right, cool. Maybe I'll shoot some of this on that target there. So this is some Norma Envy. This is made for pistol caliber carbines specifically, but it can be run in handguns. It's a little bit on the warm side. It's 124 grain, just full metal jacket. This is very impromptu, guys. I mean, we're just taking a few offhand shots, and the sights are a fiber optic variety. I'm not terribly keen on fiber optic sights with such a small bead up front. I prefer like a really big bead. That way it really fills in this rear notch on the sights, and I can get a little bit better sight picture, but it kind of disappears in there a little bit. We'll see what we can do here.
So it's kind of like a compact Strike One.
Kind of, pretty much.
Neat.
Is what it appears to be to me.
Run it.
So, take a few shots here. I'm just gonna take my time. And this flat shoe trigger is interesting. It's taking me just a minute to get kind of used to this trigger mech here. Now that was definitely me. And a headshot. All right, see if I can redeem myself a little bit. Definitely a little bit different than a Glock feel. It's a very nice, smooth trigger. It does have that definitive stop, and then standard kind of striker fired, and probably a 5-6 pound break, if I had to guess. So let's just see if we can get used to this thing, and we'll shoot some of the hexagon from Norma. Well, I didn't mean to shoot that target back there, but okay. Man, I guess I'm just heeling this gun a little bit and pulling it around. Probably just me. Eric's gonna take a few shots too. Make sure it's not just me having an off day with this here gun, but let's take a few longer range shots for fun, and we'll shoot that hexagon.
I mean, it's your first exposure to it.
It is, and it's brand new out of the box. I mean, the thing isn't even broken in yet, so. Yeah. But the recoil impulse is really what's got me interested in this thing, because man, it's just so smooth.
Good.
All right, getting a little bit better there. Let's go back to maybe 35 here. All right, let's try 75. Yeah, my front sight, or my sight picture is kind of getting lost in here with this fiber optic. Especially against a dark background. I can't really make out the edge of the front sight against the just black contrast of the rear. So definitely would be a sight change in order for me. All right.
Well, it's compatible with lock, so
I know.
That's easy.
Yep. So, all right, this is the Envy again.
Yep.
And this is hexagon?
Yep. All
right, let me try a little bit of this hexagon.
We got plenty of it. Shoot it.
Okay. and we're just taking you guys along for the ride. We're just shooting this thing, seeing what we think about it. Been a while since I shot a handgun.
Excellent.
All right,
There you go.
that's more like it. All right, so that hexagon, that's 124 grain, running 1181 out of their test barrels. So probably a full size test barrel. But man, all right, let's try this again. 35.
There you go. That's more like it.
All right, 35. Where is it going? Okay, gopher. All right, our target back there, about 30 yards.
Oh, there
all right.
you go. You're on it, buddy.
All right, cool. Well, it likes that. Man.
Here, I'll load you up another MAGA hexagon.
All right, so our little hack. All right, so
Here, let me give you empty mag.
that's fine. Give me an empty mag real quick. All right, so I was taking some B-roll earlier of this gun, and dummy me, I'm sitting there about to get a full shot of it, and I stick the mag in backwards. I'm thinking like, oh my God, you idiot. And what happened is the magazine catch fell out. I was like, oh my God, I broke it. But it turns out, in order to change the magazine catch, it's not in the manual to insert the magazine backwards, obviously. You disassemble the pistol and you just stick your finger up in there and depress this little spring-loaded lever. And it's the neatest little thing, but the mag kind of depresses that lever and you can just swap your magazine catch out from side to side, just like that. So if you got somebody at the range and you want to, you're a left-handed shooter or whatever, you've got it set up for you, and somebody who's a right-handed shooter, you don't even have to pull the gun apart to do it. You can just stick a mag in backwards and just knock it out. It was completely accidental. It's just one of those weird hacks that you just randomly come across.
It literally takes 2 seconds. Like, swap it
Oh,
real
I know.
quick. Show 'em.
All right, so again, swap that out, drop it back in, and then boom, now it's set up for lefties.
2 seconds.
I mean, isn't that just the coolest thing? That is a really, really cool design. I mean, there's a lot of neat design features of this gun. I mean, you've got this long beaver tail, and I mean, it just, oh, I hate to say it because John Lovell's going to give me so much crap, but it really does fit the hand very nicely. It's got a nice palm swell in the back, and it's good for me. I don't really care for the pistols that have the interchangeable back straps and stuff because I always wind up using the stock back strap that comes with it anyways. I don't usually ever swap them out, but the pistol ships with 4 magazines. And they're 15-shot mags. I mean, nice little waterproof case, and trigger lock, the usual case candy and stuff, and then the manual.
4 hexagon.
But I mean, 4 mags. Now they're a little pricey.
I thought that the magazines initially were CZ style mags and compatible with CZ.
They're
I
not.
tried all my CZ mags and I couldn't get any CZ mags to fit it.
Well,
I tried the P series mags. I didn't try actual 75 mags.
yeah, they sure look a lot like a CZ 75 mag, but
We'll
we don't
report
have
on
one.
that later.
Yeah, but anyways, I'm gonna take a few more shots here. Now, what ammo was that, Eric?
That's hexagon.
That's
I just
hexagon.
handed
All
you.
right, I'm gonna shoot one more mag of hexagon. I'm gonna turn it over to Eric because the sun is melting my brain. Take out a few
Good shooting
sodas.
there on that last string.
Yeah.
You just got to get behind it, man.
All right.
You're on it.
So these are hollow points, but they're more match grade hollow points. I'll actually, you know what? When I get done with this mag, I'll load up maybe just a few HSTs just for fun. All right.
We can take out our sodas with that.
All right. Let me try a headshot back here. Oh, right over the top of the head.
Man, good
Right
shooting.
over the top. Dang, man.
You're on it.
All right, let's try back there, a little 6-inch popper again.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. I mean,
Good
I would
shooting.
prefer to have, like I said, more blacked out target sights. I can't even open those things.
All right. Look, boys
How do
and
you
girls.
open an HST box, man?
Go on, amateur.
Let's
Look,
see.
to open the HST box,
Now I'm not gonna have to
squeeze.
edit this, am I? I know how to open it.
Like you got
There
a
you
pair.
See?
And lift.
There you
Just
go.
like that.
Well, you are the ammo fairy, so I appreciate it. Just give me like 10.
10?
10 more than enough, yeah. Cool. Well, I can't even load my own mags. Gosh. Well, I might as well shoot something more Envy real quick.
Fine, go ahead.
All right, I'll shoot this while you're loading that one up.
You good?
Envy. Bye. I'm just getting it warmed up for you.
HST.
All right, HST, my favorite.
Got it.
All right, 10 rounds. Take out some sodas and our lone watermelon. Now I'm gonna turn it over to Eric, and I'm gonna go sit in the shade. No, I'm not, because I gotta load mags. All right, watermelon. What are these, 124s?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, ooh, yeah. Like just taking little chunks off of it. All right, now, what is going on here?
Get some sodas.
There we go. I just wasn't taking my time enough, I guess. There we go. Well, one lonely soda left. Well, cool. Kind of a neat pistol. Let's see what Eric thinks about it.
All right, guys, quickly, I'm gonna take a couple of shots here with the Type B, and there's a couple of things upon initial observation I'd like to mention here before we shoot. One is the heat transfer. You know, it is a metal chassis system, but that also means that it'll generate a little more heat transfer. And I noticed because the trigger bow is metal, that you're getting a lot of heat transferring from the locking system down to the trigger bow, just from that bit of shooting that Chad did. It's not like uncomfortable, or it's not gonna burn you, but if this thing got really hot, let's say meltdown hot. Now, we're not gonna do that today, but if we got into meltdown territory, that could certainly get pretty warm, okay? Another thing, when people grab these pistols and they really wanna bring their finger up there like that, you know, that's what those bits of serrations there on the side of the frame are for you to really get down on that with your thumbs if you're lefty or righty. I noticed too, left-handed or right-handed, the way you grab this pin, the takedown pin, is metal. And all that heat transfers directly to the head of that pin, and it can get warm. You know, over extended firing sessions, it could get warm enough for you to go, whoa! You know, it can be a bit to hang on to, just like grabbing the barrel or any other metal component. That's the only thing that I noticed just initially, and it is not an ambidextrous slide stop. Okay, the slide stop's only set up on the left side of the pistol. Now, the hack that he discovered is really clever. Maybe they'll add that as a little hack in the manual or something, but all right, I'm gonna take my first shots with the gun. Chad, once he got on the sights, he was doing just fine with it. Really cool setup. And the weird thing is, you look at the frame, it says made in Germany. You look at the slide, it says made in Hungary. Really cool. It's kind of like a Strike 1 compact. Really cool. But with some, you know, interesting features. Okay, I'm just gonna look at this with an open mind, guys. Just try to have fun here.
And open your eyes, don't forget that.
Yeah, might wanna do that. Okay. Yeah. All right. Initial observation just from the first mag, you know, the recoil impulse is super smooth, not bad at all. The trigger brake is nice and clean. The take-up's not bad. The reset is nice and short, so definitely not bad there. Let's just shoot a little bit more here. "35 yards. 35. All right, I just printed a 3-shot group at 35 yards, about the size of a softball. So the gun's definitely accurate, and that's just with some ball ammo. Not too bad. Let's take out our gopher. He's sitting there laughing at me. I can't have that. Oh, come on. Very cool.
Definitely better than I can do with it.
Yeah, man. Not
Awesome.
bad. I'm pleased with it so far. Like I say, the controls can get a little warm because of the way that they connect with all the linkage and the materials that the controls are made of. The trigger bow, the takedown lever. I do like the fact that they stick with the Glock sights, and I'll talk about it as soon as I shoot here about this rear sight real quick. The sights aren't bad. I'm more of a kind of a Trijicon HD kind of guy, you know, with the deep U in the rear. That's sort of more my style, but not bad. Yeah, very cool. One thing I'll mention about this rear sight is there actually are two, on each side of the sight, there's two holes that are drilled and tapped for the set screws. So unlike most Glock sights, it actually has two set screws in the back. So it's a really, really robust and rigid rear sight that's on this gun. I do like that. I like the way it's blacked out in the back, non-glare. That's neat. Yeah, I mean, I've never been a huge fan of fiber optic sights, but for the price that this particular gun comes in at, they are a little on the pricey side. That is a nice feature to have a good usable set of Novak style sights right out of the box, okay? All right, so here's a couple of mags of hexagon match grade. I'm just gonna group them on these two right plates here, and we'll take out a couple of our sodas too. See right there, I got my finger up against the side of the gun. I could feel that heat coming through on that pin. Not a big deal, but just something to think about. If you're protecting yourself and it's life and liberty, life or death, you're not gonna think about it, but it's just something, I just try to observe things, right? That's all. All right, on the right. That was me. Yep. All right, so look, I'm getting a little bit of vertical stringing. It's just me healing with the gun, but man, it's definitely got some accuracy potential. That Bergman recoil system is super, super soft shooting. I'm putting my hands against the side of the gun and that pin is burning my hand. Just, you know, not a big deal, just something to mention. There's a lot of heat transferring to that pin. Come here, feel it. Put your hand on it, right there. Put your thumb on that.
Woo! Oh yeah, that sucker is hot. Heck yeah.
Right.
Woo! Lordy.
Just something to mention. Not saying whether or not it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just something to talk about. All right, I'm gonna try the plate. This is the same hexagon ammo. I'm gonna try to get that healing under control. See what we can come up with here. You know, as long as I pull the trigger straight back and just make a distinctive effort to control my trigger squeeze, the gun definitely shoots where I'm looking. Yeah?
I think it's got a lot of potential. I'm not a huge fan of flat bows. That's just me on a handgun. I kind of prefer the arch bows just a little bit, probably just because of what I'm used to.
Sure.
You know, with Glock triggers and all.
All right, couple more mags, and look, this quick reset and the Bergman system that's real controllable. I'm gonna try to pick up the pace and just try to take out some of these small plates sort of fast. Okay. And I would imagine this gun might drop right into a Glock holster, possibly. I don't have one here to see or not, but all right, just gonna try to shoot kind of fast and hopefully still hit what I'm aiming at. I mean, shot recovery's good. If I can do my part here.
Not bad.
No, I mean, not really. As a defensive unit, it's neat. You know, I kind of like that the striker fire world is sort of going by storm. It seems like there's lots of companies that are trying to do their own take on the whole striker fire idea. And it's got some interesting features integrated right out of the box that make it really fun. Shot recovery's good. The recoil's nice and soft, not bad at all. The bore axis is nice and low. The Glock sight compatibility is handy. The takedown's real easy. The mag switch is a handy, or the mag release swapping is a handy little hack there, okay? The texture's not overbearing. Those pins are burning me a bit, but that's probably something you could get over. That's just something to mention. But yeah, cool stuff. Guys, I want to definitely thank you for watching today's video. We really appreciate all of you, all the folks who support us on Patreon, donate money. You guys are great. Thank you so much. All the folks who purchase man cans and t-shirts like the one I'm wearing over on the website. All those funds go right back into supporting the channel, and we really appreciate all of you who see value in what we do. Guys, in these videos, we try to just kind of take y'all along for the ride, kind of see what happens, and we like to just get a first look at what's going on and get our initial impressions, you know. So we hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you next time.